We're back after executive session. This is the continuation of the January 26, 2021 community meeting of the Board of Education of the Hauppauge Union Free School District. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Superintendent's report, Dr. O'Hara.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our board meeting. A couple of quick updates. First update, the ubiquitous COVID report. To date in the district, we have 172 positive cases, 120 students, 20 teachers, 32 staff. 172 seems like a big number, but when you take into account that that includes people that are on distance learning as well as those that are in the buildings every day, it's 4,000 people if you include all our students and all of our faculty and staff. That's a lot of interactions and a lot of possibility to transmit this virus. So it's pretty clear that our health and safety protocols work really well in school. I really am not able to confirm of all of those 172 cases. I cannot confirm transmission of any of them inside our school buildings. It's not to say that it didn't happen, but we don't have a confirmed case of that, which is really good news. So I'm bringing this up tonight because in the last couple of weeks, we've had some instances of people getting a little bit lax coming to school when somebody in their families had symptoms or somebody in their family has actually gone for a test or worse, actually tested positive. And those kinds of decisions really put the health and safety of everybody in the school district in jeopardy. So we need everybody in the community to continue to cooperate, redouble your efforts. Please pay close attention to how everyone in your home is feeling, and keep doing your part to keep everybody safe. The cooperation's been great, but not letting your guard down and keeping your resolve strong is really crucial at this time. Quick announcement regarding college-going culture. Today we gave a PSAT in the high school. Just kudos to Dr. Probst and to the high school administration and counseling department, because so many school districts on Long Island have not been able to offer these opportunities for their students this year, and we've been way ahead of the curve on that. Coming up next week is a virtual open house for the BOCES programs. Students will be invited to see the virtual program. We can't bring BOCES to the building like we've done in the past, obviously, because of the virus, but we don't want to limit opportunities for our students. So any student who's interested will have an opportunity to attend that virtual event. You may have seen on Facebook, Dr. Probst sent out the request for information regarding Salute to Seniors. Last year, every senior was highlighted on Facebook and on our electronic message board by the high school regarding their post-secondary plans. So for any families and students that are watching this evening, please submit your information via that form to Dr. Probst. We want to make sure that we recognize all of our students. Quick update on winter sports. In the letter I sent out yesterday to the community, I notified you folks that high risk sports such as basketball, competitive cheer, and wrestling have been approved to begin Monday. So Mr. Tasman, Mr. Butler, Mr. Cook, and I have been meeting with coaches. I've been meeting with some colleagues. We're working to get that season underway, and we'll be in contact with the families of potential athletes tomorrow or the next day, sharing information about what the guidelines are, what the expectations are, with the specific request for cooperation from the district to the families. And our goal is to enable students to participate in those sports, but that goal is secondary to this health and safety of all the students and faculty and staff that would be in our school buildings each day. So we'll be in close communication with the families probably sometime by Thursday, if not tomorrow. And then Mr. Barchet, the last piece from my update is I would just like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Probst, who last night at in the West Hampton Beach School District was appointed to be the superintendent of schools in the West Hampton Beach School District effective July 1st, 2021. So Dr. Probst has been here just about 4.5 years, or 3.5 years, forgive me. And she's done amazing work and helped us elevate the standing of our school district. She will be sorely missed, but I know everybody in the community joins me in congratulating Dr. Probst. And that concludes my update.
Thank you. I just want to echo those comments on the board's behalf concerning Dr. Probst. We are thrilled for her, and at the same time, we are sad to see her go. And we will work hard to replace her in our district, and she's going to help us do that. So hopefully we won't miss a step, but congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Barchet and Dr. O'Hara. It has been my honor to work here with all of you. Thanks.
Okay. 5C on the agenda is adoption of minutes from the business meeting of January 12th, 2021. Mr. Scrito makes the motion. Mr. Fortmeyer seconds. Any discussion? Mr. Barchet votes aye. Mr. Scrito?
Aye.
Mr. Scrito votes aye. Mr. Fortmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Fortmeyer votes aye. Dr. Kraffa?
Aye.
Dr. Kraffa votes aye. Mr. Kiley?
Aye.
Mr. Kiley votes aye. Mr. Buscarino?
Aye.
Mr. Buscarino votes aye. Mrs. Weisberg?
Aye.
Mrs. Weisberg votes aye. The minutes are approved 7-0. Are there any items on the consent agenda that members would like to have removed? With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda in toto. Mr. Scrito makes the motion. Mr. Fortmeyer seconds. Any discussion? Mr. Barchet votes aye. Mr. Scrito?
Aye.
Mr. Scrito votes aye. Mr. Fortmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Fortmeyer votes aye. Dr. Kraffa?
Aye.
Dr. Kraffa votes aye. Mr. Kiley?
Aye.
Mr. Kiley votes aye. Mr. Buscarino?
Aye.
Buscarino votes aye. Mrs. Weisberg?
Aye.
Mrs. Weisberg votes aye. The consent agenda is approved 7-0. There are no policies on the agenda. There are no discussion matters on the agenda. New business, are there any members that have new business?
Yes, Dave, I have a question for Dr. O'Hara or maybe Dr. Probst. I know the AP exams are coming up for the students, I guess in 10th and 11th grade. For those that are remote learning, maybe a dumb question. Obviously, they have to go to school for that day, or I don't understand how this is going to work.
Carolyn, you mind?
So College Board has not given us final guidance on whether they'll allow exams at a distance. Last year, they did allow students to take the exams from home, and all of our students participated in that way. I can tell you for other exams that have to be in person, like for example, the SAT, the ACT, the PSAT, our distance learners have been coming into school for those exams this year. And the process has worked really well and been very seamless. You know, we keep all the typical and standard precautions in place. So those exams are in May, so we have a little time, and we'll make sure that we keep the community updated as we get more information.
Thank you. Carolyn, Dr. Probst, was there some kind of talk, ma'am, about canceling the SAT essay and the SAT subject?
Yes. So College Board released information last week that they'll be effective immediately canceling the essay portion of the SAT, which has been optional for many years now, and they'll be canceling SAT subject tests. Subject tests have been optional and really even only recommended by a small handful of schools at this point, so it's not a huge impact for our students. As far as the essay portion goes, we've seen colleges move away from counting it in our school day exams, like the school day SAT and ACT. We've stopped administering the writing portion for the last 2 years in Hauppauge, so perhaps, if I can say so. I think we were a little ahead of the curve on that one. It's a portion of the test that, although colleges don't use it very much, students tend to not perform that well on it. So we have, we moved away in advance of that, but that became official last week for College Board.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further new business from any members of the board? Any business or new business from administration?
No.
Okay. Dr. Murphy, are there any questions?
We have one question. Sorry, yeah, we have one question from Kathleen Richardson asking about the percentage in each grade of high school students on distance learning. I can give a quick update on that. 12th grade students, as of today, we have 31% distance learning. 11th grade, almost 26%. 10th grade, 28%. And 9th grade, 15.5%. As a building, that's roughly 25%. Another question just popped up asking about the chat on the meeting feed from Mr. Abruzzo. I'm not quite sure what he's at. I'll follow up with Mr. Abruzzo. I didn't quite understand the question. And that's all the submitted questions we have.
Okay. Carolyn and or Don or Dennis, did we have a couple of students that were given awards, the zone awards that you're aware of, Suffolk County?
It hasn't come.
Is that an athletic award, the zone
Yeah,
award?
Suffolk Zone is the outstanding physical education award for most outstanding senior female and male for physical education leadership. That award, I do believe, is usually given out in the fall, but I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
Follow up, Mr. Butler.
Yes, so I believe we had two students, Alicia Inkelis and Alex O, that were given that award very recently. Can someone just follow up on that? And if that's the case, let's put that on our next agenda to congratulate them for recognitions and awards, 5A on the agenda.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. And if that is accurate, congratulations to them. My understanding is that's a very tough award to get, and the fact that we had two student athletes get it is commendable. So if someone could just confirm that, and we'll talk about it at our next meeting. All right. Any other questions from the community, Don, or that's it?
That's it.
All right. Sorry?
I just said that was it on the questions.
All right. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Our next meeting is February 9th, 2021. It is a business meeting of the board. There is no executive session tonight. Mr. Scarito makes the motion to adjourn. Mr. Fortmeyer seconds. Any discussion? Mr. Barchet votes aye. Mr. Scarito?
Aye.
Mr. Scarito votes aye. Mr. Fortmeyer?
Aye.
Mr. Fortmeyer votes aye. Dr. Craffa?
Aye.
Dr. Craffa votes aye. Mr. Kiley?
Aye.
Mr. Kiley votes aye. Mr. Buscarino?
Aye.
Buscarino votes aye. Mrs. Weisberg?
Aye.
Mrs. Weisberg votes aye. That's 7-0 in favor of the adjournment. We'll see everyone at our meeting in February. Stay safe. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night.